Okay, we did the anterior vertebral muscles that are very deep.
Okay, the longest capitis is right here on the neck, and under that is the anterior scalene, so that is deeper than the longest capitis. And then on this side, we have the longest colli, and on top of that, we have the rectus capitis anterior. Okay. So we'll start with the longest colli, is right here. Okay, so we drew out the insertions and the origins. Okay, so the origin for the longest colli for the vertical part is C5 through T3, and then the superior oblique part is C3 to C5, and the inferior oblique part is T1 to T3. And the insertion for the longest colli for the vertical part is C2 to C4. The superior oblique part is the atlas, so up here, and the inferior oblique part is C5 through C6. Okay, the innervation of the longest colli is the cervical plexus, and the action unilaterally, it tilts and rotates cervical spine to the opposite side, and bilaterally, it's forward flexion of the cervical spine. Okay, so the next muscle is the longest capitis, which is right here. The origin for this muscle is C3 to C6, and the insertion for it is the occipital bone. And the action that it does is have flexion of the head, and the innervation is the cervical plexus C1 to C3.
Then we have the anterior scalene, which goes right here. It starts from C3 and C6, and it inserts on the first rib. It innervates by the cervical and brachial plexus of C3 to C8, and its action is to elevate the upper ribs when you inspire, and when the ribs are fixed, it bends the cervical spine and flexes the neck. And then we have the rectus capitis anterior, right here. It originates on C1 and inserts on the occipital bone. Its action is to unilaterally lateral flex at the anterooccipital joint and bilaterally flex at the atlanto-occipital joint. The innervation is anterior rami of the C1 and C2. And that's all.
And that is all the muscles of the anterior neck.